Waiting for the right market is like waiting for the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. It's happened 30 years ago, but it's probably not going to happen in the near future. You can't wait on a market in real estate. When you're talking about a primary residence, you have to really focus on your actual needs and your actual affordability. And when you put your needs and your affordability and you box that together and buy the right property, then you're going to be okay. This idea of waiting for the right market, I've seen that over and over and over again. I mean, people in 2008 and 2009, they'd say, oh, properties are going down in value. They're going to continue to go down. But those same people that told me that back then decided to buy in 13, 14, 15. What happened there was the market was getting better in 11 if you looked at the numbers versus the sentiment on the street, and they missed 10, 15, 20% appreciation. However, you can't think of your primary residence that way, and it's very unpopular to people when I say this, but your primary residence generally is forced savings and stability. If you want to invest in real estate, you have to approach that in a completely different way. Basically, you can wait on markets and try to predict markets with investment properties, and there are good times and bad. With your primary residence, it's just not a valid way of thinking. You need to focus on what you need and your lifestyle, because most people can get 10% returns just sitting their money in an S&P fund. On the other flip side of that is you always need somewhere to live. So you're going to be paying monthly no matter what. If your rent is $2,000 and the house you're trying to buy is $5,000, and you'd say, well, that's a lot of money. My guess is that's a tremendously bigger place. So oftentimes you'll have your rental. Well, what if you just bought a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom condo? Even in this market, it's not that far off when you throw in the tax advantages and the equity gain of what you're renting. It just doesn't make sense mathematically to do it. Waiting for the right market is more of an emotional response and more of an objection than a condition. You got to wait for the right time to make a move for your family needs, your personal needs, and when it makes sense for you. The market's going to market.